Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for watching today. Today we are back with some more Funko Pop news, and today we're going to have a ton of new Funko Pop announcements and reveals around superheroes with a lot of Marvel and DC announcements coming up recently. Now, I think recently Funko has been doing some pretty cool stuff with the Marvel and the DC license. Now, they're not always going to hit it out of the park. Of course, there's always when those big movies come out and they release way too many pops, like for Wakanda Forever or Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, or even for The Flash. Those were too much, but I think with these characters that they had announced today, this is the direction that we want to see with some of these unique new Funko Pops coming from Marvel and DC. So in today's video, we're going to run down all of the recent announcements of brand new Funko Pops for our favorite superheroes and comic book characters coming soon. Now, before we get into the rest of the video, if you guys are new to the channel, you do enjoy Funko content, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. Also leave a like in this video as well if you enjoyed it. It does make a massive difference. And if you never want to miss a video, you can always hit that notification bell to be notified whenever we have new videos drop. So getting into our first piece of news, we'll start with some DC Funko Pops and a pop that just hit the Funko shop. A new exclusive for Warner Bros. 100th anniversary is the Penguin. So this is a newer, updated Penguin of the classic look. Really nice with the way that they chose those colors. They haven't done this version of Penguin before. The closest one to this is the OG Penguin, but of course that looks much different. This honestly is probably the best of the DC villains that they've put out for the Warner Brothers 100th anniversary. And now one of the fan favorite DC characters is going to be Harley Quinn, and she has been getting a lot of Funko Pops recently, multiple different waves of a ton of different versions of her, and we are getting even more Harley Quinn Pops as there's a new wave of 4 brand new Pops coming. And so we have Harley Quinn on Apocalypse, and that's cool with a different sort of outfit than what she normally wears. Then we have Harley Quinn with pizza, where she is holding a pizza box in her hand with the pizza open, also wearing a little bit of a different outfit, and has her hair looking a little bit different as well. Then we have Harley Quinn with bat, something similar to what we would normally see her with, swinging that bat, and she is wearing more of that roller derby looking outfit. And then finally, we have Harley Quinn with weapons, and she is holding the 2 weapons that we always know her to have, which is the spiked baseball bat along with the big sledgehammer. Definitely a cool look with the black and red hair as well, matching the outfit. And then next up, we have a brand new collector's box from DC going over to GameStop. GameStop's been doing these collector's boxes for the past number of years. We're getting a brand new one for Freak Show, and so we're going to be getting a couple brand new Funko Pops along with some other goodies in there. And so it looks like the 2 main figures that you will be receiving is going to be Freak Show Batman, and that looks really cool the way that that's shaded with the blue costume. And then there's going to be Freak Show Joker, and he is holding that green sledgehammer in his hand as well. And then you're going to get some other goodies like a pocket pop version of Batman. And then it looks like some patches along with some different pins or buttons. Now, I really do like the design of these pops. The way that they're colored and shaded definitely makes them look a whole lot more cartoony and stuff. And it actually does work with it being Freak Show. And then our last piece of news coming for DC is actually about the recent Dark Knight Trilogy NFT Funko Pops that were released a number of months ago from Drop. Fans were able to buy the packs, and if you were lucky enough, hopefully you're able to pull a legendary, a grail, or maybe even turn some cards in for a royalty of Freddy Funko. And it looks like people are finally starting to receive them at home, as we do have this photo from Dish Trackers of him showing his haul from the NFT drop of the Dark Knight Trilogy, where we have some really cool pops like Bruce Wayne, Scarecrow, Selena Kyle, and Bane, which are all 1900 pieces. And then we also have the Grail of Harvey Dent, which is definitely one of my favorites. And then you have the Royalty, which is Freddy Funko as Lieutenant Gordon, limited to 2400 pieces. I love the mustache there on Freddy as Jim Gordon. So now that these are hitting collectors' hands, we're going to start seeing them flood on the third-party market. So if you are wanting to try to grab these, maybe be patient on it. Look for the best deal, and if you wait, you might be able to grab some of these pops at not too bad of a price. Now let's shift away from DC and over to Marvel, and we do have some really awesome Marvel pops that I'm super excited to talk about. And probably my favorite out of the entire set of figures that we're going to be talking about today is a brand new comic cover for the Amazing Spider-Man #1. This was the comic series that was relaunched a number of years ago, and it's still running to this day. And this is the #1 version, but I really love the comic, but I definitely love the pop you have in front, where you have it matching the comic cover, where you have Peter Parker swinging, you have the web right there that he's holding on to, and that awesome looking suit with the light blue and the red, and then he's holding his mask in his other hand as well, his hair flying up in the air. This is such an amazing piece, such awesome detail. I have not been getting a lot of the comic covers, but this is definitely one that I'm going to have to consider getting. Now, speaking of comic covers, we're also be getting a brand new X-Men comic cover with Wolverine for the Uncanny X-Men Days of Future Past. Definitely an amazing comic and a classic, and I like the look of Logan right there. He has the claws out, he has the silver hair, a little bit, or at least the accent of silver on his hair, the mutton chops and everything in the classic looking outfit with the jacket and all that. Such a cool looking pop and a really great idea for a comic cover. And then moving over to another Marvel comic cover, man, Funko's been really going heavy on the comic covers. Well, they're already past 50 of them that they've announced at this point. This one is also going to be for X-Men. We have Nightcrawler, and this is going to be exclusive over to Target as a part of their Funko Friday announcements. And Nightcrawler definitely does look cool. Again, really matching the comic cover. It is a very similar look to the Walgreens exclusive one that did come out last year, but the fact that this is in the comic cover, I'm going to give it a little bit of a pass. Now we have one more X-Men pop to talk about, and this one, luckily, is not going to be a comic cover. It's going to be a brand new 4-inch pop that is going to be exclusive over to Box Lunch, and this is a brand new glow-in-the-dark Storm from X-Men. And this thing is absolutely sick. I love the outfit that she has on in this photo. This is a photo that someone took finding at a Box Lunch, so it looks like it is already starting to hit some stores. But I like the black and yellow. It looks so sleek with the little X-Men logo holding on the cape. And then it looks like Storm is using her powers with a little bit of electricity coming out of her hands and her hair blowing back as well. And I assume the glow is going to be on the eyes and also on the actual powers as well that she's using coming out of her hands. But this really looks like a nice looking figure. And now one more Marvel pop we have to talk about. This one that is starting to hit stores as well. It is yet another Marvel comic cover, but this one is an awesome one. This is Ghost Rider, and that's going to be exclusive over to Target. I think the pop on here looks super sick. The way they have the skull, giving him the blue outfit just like he has in the comic cover. I would love to get this pop out of the case, have them sell it as a common or a regular exclusive. I would love to have that figure. So that's all we have for Marvel and for DC. But I'm not done yet. There's one more superhero pop that I do want to show off for you guys, although it doesn't fit into those two. This is just too cool not to talk about. Now, this is one that we did cover a number of months ago when it was first revealed that this was coming for Free Comic Book Day in 2024. But we did just get our first look at the glam shot of this pop, and this is Omni-Man and Invincible from the Invincible show. And this is the Think Mark Think moment. This thing is absolutely amazing. Already in the running for the best pop of the year. Just look at the amount of detail on that thing. You have Mark laying there all beaten up with his eyes swollen, blood all over him, and then blood splattered on Omni-Man as Omni-Man is holding up his fingers saying, "Think Mark Think." Such an awesome pop, and this is going to be a PX Previews exclusive. Luckily, it is going to be available not only at Entertainment Earth and your local comic book shops, but it should also be available on Amazon and a few other stores as well. Well, there we have it, guys. There's our look at our brand new Funko Pop updates for Marvel, DC, and of course, for Invincible. We couldn't leave out some really awesome pops. I think they did a great job with some of those comic covers, although Funko has to be careful not overdo it. The fact they've been doing comic covers at least outside of once they first started going, like the majority of them have been over the past year. They're already at 50. So they got to calm down, slow down, make sure they don't overdo it, because I'm sure it's not cheap to make those comic cover figures. But if they make them a little bit more special and make them just really cool and classic comic covers, I think that works. Amazing Spider-Man works. They did some other Spider-Man ones like the Black Suit Spider-Man. I think that is definitely warranted. But don't do every single character. Not every character needs a comic cover. But of all of these, my favorite that we talked about today has to be the Think Mark Think Invincible moment. It's just hands down, like I said, going to be the best pop of the year so far. Something could knock that off the list later in the year, but I think it's going to be very hard for anything to beat this for the best pop of 2024. But now I do want to throw it over to you guys. What do you think about today's Funko Pop news updates? Out of all the ones talked about, which ones are your favorite? Which ones are you most excited about? I would love to hear what your guys' thoughts are on all this in the comments down below. And of course, if you guys have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also leave a like in this video as well if you enjoyed it. And of course, hit that notification bell to be notified whenever we have new videos drop. But thank you guys so much for watching today. And as always, we'll see you again real soon.